Hi, class. Here we are, wrapping up week 4 and about to go into week 5. Now, I can't believe that we're in week 4 because it seemed that the class began only yesterday. Nonetheless, here we are. As we get ready to go into week 5 or fifth and final week of this short summer class, this week we have ahead of us again discussions, weekly quiz. In addition to everything else, we also have the final exam due this during week 5 as well. All right. So let us take a look at the discussion to see what the discussion holds for us this week. We start off by looking at race and ethnicity. There's a video clip that I want you guys to take a look at, and perhaps a couple of them. But as you look at these video clips, I want you to ask yourself the question: where does America stand as it regards to the war on racism? As you ponder this question, what are some of the reasons based on your experience that our current climate or current racial climate is the way it is? Now, state in your opinion the reason you think our current racial climate is the way it is. In addition to that, let us hear what Giddens et al. From our textbook has to say about it. Also, what the class lecture this week has to say about race and ethnicity, especially as it pertains to where we are today. The next question looks at the family and specifically at divorce. We see that we have become a society that glamorizes divorce, and it seems sometimes that it's often easier to get a divorce than even to get married. Now, there's a documentary that I need you guys to watch. And in this documentary, there are alternatives to divorce. And I wanted to take a look, listen to some of these alternatives, and see if they actually are effective. It's tools that can be used to preserve marriages. If you agree or disagree, state why. And again, guys, using your textbook and the lecture, share if you think these methods are good enough methods that can use to preserve families. Just a reminder, question 1 and question 2 are to be answered on separate days. Then there's a response to your peer, again on a different day, giving you a total of 3 responses on 3 different days. May I remind you to be mindful of the grading rubric? And being mindful of the grading rubric, look at what it takes to get a full score for these discussions and try to follow the grading rubric as closely as you can. This week, we will end week 5 with a quiz, and the quiz summarizes the readings for week 5. Now, in addition to the quiz, so there are 2 exams this week. There's a quiz and there's a final exam. The final exam will be opened early, and it will open early for those of you who are early birds who just like to do things early, get it out of the way to know that you don't have to worry about it again. So it's opened early for those of you who are like that. Um, and it gives you the opportunity, if there's a problem with the exam, that you can reach out to me in due time to have me intervene. Just a reminder that you want to start the final sooner rather than later, because if you have a problem with the final, you have to give me 24 to 48 hours to respond. And so you just really want to make sure that you get into the exam again sooner rather than later. The class ends on July 3rd at 11:59 p.m., at which point it doesn't reopen for any reason at all. All right? So, guys, again, the final is open. Make yourself the opportunity to jump in there, do the final early. Um, And just a reminder that this week you also have the quiz for week 5. You have your 2 discussions and the response to your peer. Have a lovely afternoon, a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you in the threads. Bye bye.